Okay, so do you like a strong man or an emotional one?
Why can't I have both?
Thank you. Thank you.
Why can't he be
Thank
both?
you. Because when I saw that question online, my thought was, why can't he be both?
If I had to choose between the two, so either I have an emotional...
Well, no, I mean, you don't have to choose.
No, I was going to say,
the question was just like,
I don't think...
do you like your man to be strong or like emotional?
I don't think those are mutually exclusive.
They're not. How stupid is that?
That's just a dumb question.
Every
girl is going to say, I want both.
I mean, because, I would hope they would say, I want both.
Right, exactly.
I bet you the girl that wrote that is like, he better not cry in front of me.
That's so stupid. If a guy cries in front of me, I'm like Niagara Falls. Like, seriously?
Yes.
I'm like, come to me. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if gay men are like this or whatever, but like, so I know there's like this stereotype among straight men. It's like he's one way in front of his friends, but then behind closed doors, he's like, my tummy hurts.
Yes.
Can you rub my head? And it's just like, that's true. I personally have never actually dated a guy like that. Who is like one way in front of his friends, and like I would never be with a guy like that. If you're not proud and are going to act
like an adult,
and you're not going to be the same way, maybe not the same way, but if you're not going to be like happy to be around me and emotional and not afraid to show your emotions around your friends because with me, then I don't want you.
Yeah.
But I do know women who have had guys or have dated guys like that, where they're one way in front of their friends and they're like tough guys, or they don't like PDA or whatever it is, like, and then once they're behind closed doors, they're a mush. But I will say, like, you know, like, I tend to be a little bit tougher and like, I'm not saying they're gonna, like, you know, talk in a baby voice in front. Like, I wouldn't want him to do that.
Mommy, I want some milk.
Right, exactly. Like, I'm like, you know, like, be your bro. Like, that's fine. But like, don't be afraid to hold my hand in front of your friends.
Stupid.
So I'd like a guy that could be, you know, solid emotionally and, you know, can be my rock and can be tough and, you know, like, take charge and whatever. But like, be in touch with your emotions, or I'm not gonna deal with your ass.
Literally.
That's me, personally.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like you have the same preference.
I would
it's like,
pray that everyone felt that same way.
Right.
Okay. Your turn.
Let's see. Oh. What is your biggest turnoff when it comes to dating, and what is your biggest turn on?
My biggest turn off is when you talk about other guys you dated on the first date, or you talk about things that you don't like on the first date in a very negative way.
Okay.
On the first date should be show me the best.
Right.
The first date should be about show me who you are on your best day.
It should be positive.
It should be positive, uplifting. I've been on so many dates that I want to just tap out of after the first about 20 minutes because they talk about how much they hate their coworkers or their job or their shitty friend or this guy that they went on a date with before or an ex-boyfriend or my fucking car sucks. Like that kind of attitude.
A negative guy.
It literally... It pulls me out of it like that. I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've been excited to go on a date with a guy. And the second we get there, they start complaining, I shut down.
I would hate that.
I go from this and I just go, And I'm out of there. So don't come into the date.
Don't
talk about your negative things because there are things that I want to complain about too, but they won't matter to you until you get to know me.
Right. Also, this is not the venue.
It's
like, like read the room.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, that's a good one.
So those are my two, like no's. My do's are surprise me in a way on the date that makes me go, that's going to make me, even if we don't work out, I'll always remember that. So the guy that I was just dating for the past couple months on the first date, the thing that I was like, I want to explore this more because he's that kind of a guy. He showed up to the restaurant. I didn't realize it was the Sunday before MLK Day. So everyone had off except for me. And we walked in and it was crowded. And I was like, fuck.
Okay.
And he goes, oh, don't worry. I made reservations. Even though I picked the restaurant
Mhm.
and I picked the time.
Be thoughtful.
He literally was like, no, where I called ahead and made reservations. I was like,
Yeah.
what? So there's that, and then I'll do 2 since I did 2 no's. The other thing is show genuine interest in what I love to do. Don't ask me, oh, you were on Dr. Oz? Oh, how is he? Don't ask me those kind of questions.
Yeah. Well, why did you want to do this? What makes you tick?
Yes, because then it makes me engage in the conversation. Oh, and a no thing too. Do not ever say, I don't like to talk about politics. Grow up. If you say, I don't like to talk about politics, you need to grow up.
Yeah.
Because we are adults. We are not in high school. We're not in college trying to figure out like what we believe in. We are adults now. Politics literally run our lives. The decisions that politics make literally run our lives. So if you don't care about them, I'm not interested in you because you're not interested in the well-being of yourself and the community you're in.
I will say that's a personal thing. As far as like first date, what are the 3 things you're not supposed to talk about? Money, religion, and politics.
Yes.
I could see, maybe don't come out of the gate with that.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe, yeah. Like, if it is something that is super important to you, then I could see bringing it up on a first date if there is something that could be like a hardline deal breaker. Yeah. I could, you know what, don't want to waste my time. We might as well get this out of the way. I could see that, but maybe let's not sit down and have crossfire.
No, oh my God. Well, because I mean, so the reason why I said that is I've been on a date where something like really major happened in the news that day.
Okay.
And I'll say, like, for instance, the explosion in Lebanon, you know?
Right, yeah.
And let's say I went on a date and I was like, oh my God, did you see that explosion? The person goes, oh, and like, I don't do politics. I'm like, that's just the news. like you don't do the news. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And like it's that kind of thing. And I'm like,
all right,
you're not a grown person because you're so self-absorbed.
Right. Okay. No, that I can agree with. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I know. Just speaking on, I don't want to say on behalf of women, but like I know one of the biggest like turnoffs. There's a difference between cockiness and arrogance and confidence.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. I feel the same way.
An arrogant guy, a cocky guy can kiss my ass.
Yep.
A confident guy is probably one of the biggest turn-ons on the planet, and it is a fine line to walk.
I love you looked into the camera.
Because I want the men that are watching, the 2 straight men that are watching this. First
my
of all,
dad and my best friend.
Me. Yeah. Don't call me if they are the 2 straight men watching.
You took that back so much.
It's a fine line to walk.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
Yeah, you have more questions than me, I think.
Yeah. So it's okay. Okay, so I did that one. Oh, this one. Do girls, okay, so this is another, I see this in TV all the time.
Okay.
Do they actually show each other their boobs in their nudes?
Yes.
Like, they do. Do girls actually go, girl, look at my areolas?
Yes.
Okay, fascinating.
Yes.
Because guys don't do that. We don't.
I assume not, because
we don't do, dude, look at my scrotum.
Well,
we don't do that.
Because they...
Well, we do that.
They barely look at them before they send them to the person they're going to send them to. They're not going to get the counsel to weigh in on it. I know a lot of the time, like, you know, if I'm sending like even just like a picture of just myself, I'll be like, does this look good? And like, I'll have 4 different people be like, hold on. One person will be good with color. One person will be good with Photoshop.
That's
Another
amazing.
person will make me look like I have a Barbara Walters filter. Like, you know what I mean? And so like, it's a team effort a lot of the time, and that also comes to like saucy pics. Like it'll just be like, do you like this one or this one or this one or which one is the best one? Like, oh yeah, 100%.
But here's the thing: I wish it was more chill with guys because what guys don't talk about, which they need to. So girls, you guys talk about tampons, pads, other things that go inside of you. I'm trying to think, like
time talk.
Like no, like
what's the latest in tampons?
No, I mean like you guys talk about.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Like everything you talk about it. Guys don't talk about like, oh, dude, you really got to try this type of condom. Like it actually feels better for people. Like we don't have those conversations.
Yeah.
So as a guy, you go in and you're just like, I don't fucking know. Like, I'll just
Yeah.
get the regular blue pack, and you put it on. You're like, oh, that's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then like your next guy friend's like, oh, that's why you should have gotten like the ultra thin, whatever, golden bond, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like that's why I was like, do girls really actually just be like, girl, look at this weird mole I got on my tit. You think it's cancer?
Yeah. Oh
You-
yeah,
you do-
100%.
Yeah.
That, and I've heard just with guys too, that's how they are as far as discussing sex as well. Where guys, like, if the girl, what I've heard just among straight men, and this actually surprised me when I heard it. If it was just like a one-off, or like some girl that they're hooking up with, like, we talk about it, whatever, like locker room talk. But if the girl actually means something, the guy won't talk about it.
Oh yeah,
Or I guess guy, and you're like, that's true.
It is so true, because when you are actually like committed to that guy, and someone asks you about the sex life, like, oh, like, is he the bottom? Like, you will zip that lip and you won't say a word.
That's fascinating, because
I've done
women
it.
are an open book with their girlfriends. It does, and it, like, you know, there are certain things that you just, like, you don't bring up. Like,
well, do you want to know why it is? It's, I mean,
because they care.
Well, yeah, shocker.
Because they care.
Because no, I think what it is that guy doesn't want other people to know what it's like to be in bed with her, because in case they don't work out, he doesn't want some other guy knowing.
Oh.
So that's why I keep it private to myself too. I would never tell anyone what me and my ex were like in bed, because I don't want someone else going after him, being like, oh, I know he's great in bed. Let me go take a swing at that.
Wow.
I don't want people. Also, you like that person so much that even if it's subconscious, you want to keep them, and you want to protect them, and you want to be respectful to them, because you want to keep that between the two of you, because then otherwise, unintentionally, there's an audience in the bedroom in your mind.
Interesting.
Because you know that all the other guys know that, like, oh, you're going home tonight to get laid. They're going to want to talk about it tomorrow in the locker room.
Right.
So as it's happening, you're almost rehearsing the conversation.
Interesting, because I know, like, with women, like, I'm not saying, like, you know, like, if I had a boyfriend or whatever, it's like, oh my gosh, like, because at that point, it's like, you know, I don't want to say routine, it's expected that you're sleeping together.
Yeah,
or whatever.
of course.
So, like, people aren't going to ask or whatever, but, like, I know it seems like women, say, like, a guy wanted to try something, or you want something, but you don't know how to approach, a girl will not think twice before going to, like, her best friend, her best girlfriend, and being like, he tried this. He did that. Like, blah, 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 blah. Guys won't do that.
Hell no.
See?
Hell to the
Doesn't
no.
it get lonely?
It does. Well, I'm telling you.
Or confusing?
It was, I did not know, I did not learn how to fully accept my sexuality in the bedroom and out of the bedroom until I opened up about that with my gay friends. Because then I knew that all the weird quirks that I was experiencing were normal. Because then I was telling my gay friends about it, and they were like, girl, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, girl, sometimes there's a little bit of slipping and sliding up in that bedroom, but it is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of shit would happen. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not bad in bed. I just didn't, did X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Because I don't know better.
So I guess that's it. I just always thought that was interesting because, like, just specifically with straight men.
Yes.
So I was like, oh,
I know,
bro, like, dap
uh-huh.
up or whatever. But then as soon as I heard it, like, every single guy that I've ever spoken to about this, every single straight guy anyway, well, I guess now, like, has been like, no, I would never talk about my girlfriend. I mean, like, if I didn't give a shit about the girl, then I don't care. Like, I'll tell my friends about it. But a girl that means something, absolutely. Yeah. My lips are sealed. Yep. And I thought that was A, sweet, B, surprising. The more I don't even remember how we got here. What was that?
The question was, do girls show each other their boobs and stuff?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. The point is, yes.
Do men like to be approached?
What do you mean, like,
approach? Do you think, like, say you're in a bar or in a coffee shop or whatever, would you rather be the person doing the approaching or?
Oh, God, no.
No. I would rather be approached.
I would rather be approached, because then that means that ball is now in my court.
Yeah.
You want to approach me? All right. Now you're the one with the anxiety about how's this date going to go, because I'm like, ball's in my court.
Right.
You're the one who asked me out. I've always felt much at ease, even on Tinder and stuff like that, when we match and they would message me first. It's that concept of they really want me.
Yeah.
They want me so that they're talking to me first. They're putting in the effort first.
Right.
Because also I'm confident in knowing that I make a great boyfriend and I always
Right.
put in the effort. But I've always experienced dating guys who don't.
Right.
And most of the time, it's from guys that I approached. So then they see me like, yeah, sure, I'll give Sam a shot. But like, it wasn't their idea to begin with.
Right.
So it's easy for them to bounce out.
Mm.
But if it was their idea, then they
Mhm.
sure as hell are going to try to do their best to commit to that idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I like being approached.
Okay.
Do you?
I do like being approached, but I think there's like kind of a, I don't want to say like a stigma, or there's like an expectation that straight men are the ones that are going to come up to you. And, 99% of the time they do. But I also don't mind being the person that goes, like, I've gone up to people before. And, like, I've made the move before. And, like, I find the majority of the time the dude is A, shocked.
Of course. I mean, of course. Look,
B,
what?
extremely flattered.
Wow.
And, like, typically it works out for me. But, like, I don't, like... But a lot of the time, like, I know, like, the times that I've been the one that's been like, hey, I think you're really cute. Can I buy you a drink?
I was just going to ask you, like, how do you approach it? So that's how you do
I
it.
will openly be like, hi, I was looking at you from over there because you're really attractive. And here I am. So can I buy you a drink? Or do you want to now take the reins and buy me one?
Love that.
Like, I've do that. Like, I've done that. Another one of the things that I do, if we're, like, on a date or something and the guy hasn't made the move yet, like, I will be like, so can I kiss you, or do I have to wait for you?
I love that.
And the guy's always kind of like...
but I'm like that in a relationship too, is I get, not aggressive, but assertive.
Me too.
I get assertive. I had a conversation with someone recently, and I said, we're seeing each other. He was like, what?
You're mine now.
And yes, I said, we're exclusive, right? He goes, yes.
Yeah.
I said, you want me here, right? He goes, yes. And I go, and you enjoy our time together, right? He goes, yes. I said, okay, so we're seeing each other. He goes, okay, we're seeing each other.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's just how, like, I don't have anything to lose anymore in life. That's how I feel. Is I don't, if you're gonna make fun of me for being assertive, at least I tried.
Yeah.
Like, that's how Chrissy Teigen kept John.
Oh, right. He tried to break up with her, and she was like, no.
No. Oh, you're not doing it.
No, I was out with a guy, I don't know, a couple months ago. Like, we spent the day together, and we had, like, a lot of fun and stuff. And I kept thinking he was going to kiss me, like, the whole day.
Oh, okay.
And then he didn't. And he knew what he was doing, because he has since said, yeah, I knew you thought I was going to kiss you.
Oh.
But then we were, like, at the end of the day, we were, like, sitting in his kitchen, and I was just like, are you going to kiss me now, or am I leaving? And like, it was just kind of like, and like we laughed about it, but it just kind of like, I think a lot of women, or straight women specifically, are conditioned to take the backseat,
to be submissive.
Submissive, the meek, mild role, like, well, he's going to make the decisions, and he's going to be the dominant one, and this and that, and just being an alpha, being kind of a dominant bitch. I don't play that, but I know a lot of people that do, that are just like, I would never make the move. I would never do this, never do that. And that's a societal thing, unfortunately.
Of course.
But I don't know. I think if there's a woman out there that thinks she might want to do that, then just give it a shot, because you're going to shock yourself and also shock him. Totally. Most likely.
Totally.
Pickup lines.
What about them?
Would you ever use them?
No. Hate them.
If a guy tried them on you. No,
because I've literally unmatched guys on Tinder when they've slid in their opening line.
Even if they were funny.
No, because here's the thing. You aren't confident enough just to say hi. You're hoping that that'll, like, catch my attention. Just fucking say, hey, Sam. Love that photo with you and the fish. I don't know. What's up? Because here's the thing. Especially in the gay community, the pickup lines that I have received are so corny that I'm like, oh, he's going to be like, I'm quirky and weird. Can you think of a good one? Yeah. This one time, this guy slid in and he said, I can't, it's like a Pokemon one. It's so bad. It was like, unmatched. Sorry, but go on. Yeah, I was like, nope, I'm out. It was something along the lines of, what kind of, or like, I just use my Pokédex, and and like I scanned you, and like you weren't in it. Like you must be like one rare Pokemon. I guess I have to use like my Master Ball to catch you. It was like something.
Bye, dork.
Like, it was so crazy. I was like, I read it and I was like,
there are some like good ones that like I know you sent these to like all the women that do make me laugh. Like the one, no matter how many times I get it, I laugh at is. Are you the SATs? Because I do you for 3 hours and 45 minutes with only a 10-minute break in the middle for snacks.
What? That must be like some straight humor, because that would be repulsive if I got. I'd be like,
and I'm just kind of like, that is so stupid.
I'd be like,
I mean, less unmatched, but that was funny.
But like, because also what I hate about it is on gay Twitter and gay Instagram, it's memeable when people post pickup lines
straight too,
like in their Tinder and Bumble and Grindr,
really like unhinged and
yes. So what happens is now they think that that's funny and they'll copy that that lingo and they'll open up with that, and I go, dude, like,
have you ever had someone try and use one on you for real, like in person?
I don't,
because I have.
I don't,
and it is a sight to see.
Is it a horror? You go. I don't think it's ever happened with
I've
me.
actually had someone try and do. When I was in Ireland, I had someone actually try and use the polar bear line on me.
What the fuck's a polar bear line?
He's like, "Do you know how much a polar bear weighs? Enough to break the ice. Hi, my name's Seamus or whatever the fuck his name is." And I was just like, first of all, that is such an ancient pickup line, but also the fact that you used it, I'll let it slide because you have an accent, but
like, if this was Shark Tank, I'd be like, that made me uncomfortable.
I'm out.
For that, I'm out.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, no. Pickup. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, just say hello.
All right. My last question for you.
Please.
Have you ever questioned your sexuality?
Have I ever questioned me personally?
Yes.
I think everyone would lie.
And say
or
no.
Would be lying if they said they never once were kind of like, but I've never been.
Wait, didn't you? That's like last month you were texting me.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's right.
I was like sitting there because that's the thing. I was just kind of like, am I bored? And that's the thing. I don't think I've ever been like, I want to go out on a date with a woman. I have just like, because I will specifically remember like when I used to work in this bar, this girl came in and I thought she was so pretty, and I was just like, oh my God, I want to like be near her, I want to be her friend. And I was like, do I have a crush on this girl? And that made me think like, do I have a crush on a girl? Or do I have like a girl crush?
Yes.
And I really, really thought about it. And I was talking to you about this very recently, and I kind of came to the conclusion it was no. And I was just kind of like having just like a crisis, a horny crisis just in general. Yeah. And I came to that conclusion. But I think if anyone was to say I've never even thought about like, it's a lie. Yeah. No, it's 100%. I mean, obviously for gay men, it's totally different. Right. Because at one point we were trying to force ourselves to be another way that we were not. But even in my later life, I've had those moments where, do I have a crush on a girl or is it a girl crush? And one was like my really good friend at the time, and we were like inseparable, and we just got along so well, and we just clicked, and it was such like a good friendship. And people like we would take pictures and we look like a couple, you know what I'm saying? And people online who didn't know that I was gay thought that like we were a couple. And that wasn't a time where I was like, do you have a girl crush? I always knew like it was just we were good friends. Right. But it was that thought of, am I into her or am I just into her? What if I did? But then there was one time where this girl who I befriended since used to come into my coffee shop all the time. And she was gorgeous, like gorgeous. And she was light and she was hilarious. And so when she came in, it was like, it would lighten up my day. And we just clicked. And I just remember always acknowledging like, that girl is so fucking gorgeous. And I would get nervous around her. Oh, interesting. But then I realized I was nervous because I thought she was so cool and so awesome that I wanted her validation and I wanted her approval. Right.
And now we're really good friends, which is funny.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it was. I was like, oh, I wasn't nervous because like, oh my God, this girl coming. It's
Right.
like, oh, that really cool person is in the store again.
Yeah,
and I want us to be friends. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally. And like, I've been in situations where I've kind of like, there's been like a woman and I've just kind of been like, yeah, no. Yeah, not for me. No, and like that's the thing, like have I been hit on by women before? Of course, and like stuff like that. And I say of course as if like but like
me,
but,
of course me,
obviously, but like I lived in New York City. I worked in Chelsea, which is an extremely gay area, and so like I had a lot of gay patrons at this bar that I used to bartend at, and like women would come in and like. Some of them just working in that area would think that I was gay.
Like,
and they'd always like I will never. And I worked with this woman who was gay, and like we were working together, and we. This is gonna sound so stereotypical and shitty. We were both wearing flannel shirts and backwards hats, and
love it.
There was a group of women sitting at the bar, and one woman says to me, "Hey, where do you meet women?" And I literally, I shit you not, Sam. I go, "What, for friends?" I did. It
went so over your head,
and the girl that was that I was working with just turns and goes, "No, for pussy, Kelly." And I was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't like that. I like mine, but that's it." And like
that is so
and
funny.
That's how I knew. No,
Yeah. For friends.
I literally said what? Like for friends? Like because they were like clearly like with like. A group of girls, and they were just kind of like rolling around.
Totally.
I was like, oh, they want more people to join the gang.
Oh my God.
No, they were looking to meet women to fuck.
That's so funny.
So yeah, I think if anyone says, no, I've never even thought about what if, then
bullshit.
That's a lie.
Even guys.
Oh, 100%, guys.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, there's no way
that
every single guy has ever just been like,
yeah.
I wonder what the fuck that tastes like.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
no
right.
way.
Do you have another one, or are you out?
I mean, I do, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to top that. I mean, like, you know what? If you had any advice to give to a straight man when dealing with women, bless, what would you say?
That's a good one.
If you could give advice, just as someone that is around a lot of women.
I know what I want to say. I'm trying to put it into words because it's along the lines of, don't think less than of her.
That's a good one.
Don't think that she needs you. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yes,
that's it.
Men straight out there, don't think that women need you. Because that's your complex, is that you think that women need you.
We don't.
Newsflash, they don't.
We don't.
You ain't shit. And your dog ain't shit. And your granny ain't shit. Because you ain't shit. No. But yeah, so that's my advice is do not think that they need you. Because once you get over that and you look at them as, oh, I'm being honored with spending time with her, and you're looking at it as we are both choosing each other
as partners, as equal individuals.
Yes,
feminism.
That is what creates a great bond, and will want her to keep coming back to you.
Right.
Also, don't do that thing where you're like, yeah, feminism.
Yeah, what?
You know what I'm saying? Like when guys try to be like in on it, and they're like,
I'm sorry, were you watching that? Well, the full-length episodes of Shmee are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor.fm. So if you don't want to have FOMO and be missing the rest of the party where we're playing games, sharing more stories, and more of me, then head over there and I'll see you. Links are below this video. And if you want to support this podcast, head over to Anchor.fm where you can donate money to make Shmee even better. Alright, I will see you guys there. Bye! Seriously, what are you waiting for? Go!